All right, hello. Another vlog. This one is kind of pertains to posts I made this week, but I won't be talking about like every topic I did. But one of them was, people. Some people might actually hate you right now because of the lies that were told by somebody else. That's one thing I want to talk about, and I found that interesting because I guess the wisdom I want to bestow upon is the but the people that kind of have that. Like, think of somebody that you're upset with and go, "Oh man, why do I hate them?" And if it wasn't anything that you saw or was, that directly happened to you, but you heard from somebody, then start questioning that person's motives and why they said that to you. Because you never want to get like a third party perspective. It's never a fun, good thing to do because I don't know. We can't live life getting all the facts for ourselves. We have to trust others. So yeah, if somebody says, "Hey, somebody called you a jerk," if they're a super good friend, you gotta take their word to a degree. But it's just an interesting topic because a lot of people, especially in this crazy world that we live in right now, 2020, a lot of people are just, oh, they said you're evil, and then they believe it. Oh, the whole world, the masses, this cancel culture is like all these things that we haven't even witnessed or, we're hearing from other people. Case in point is like Ellen DeGeneres. Um, I'm not trying to support her at all, but I'm just saying, like, everyone's saying she's done all these evil things. And it's hard to, like, gauge that because you're just kind of going, all right, well, you have to only go off of these people that I have no connection with, that I've heard no stories about. I could tell you encounters of celebrities that I had that I think are jerks because I've witnessed it, I've seen it. But the question would be, do you want to believe what I said off of the stories that I've told you, or do you want to continue on and believe your own little thing? And that's what, that's the whole point of this. Think for yourself and think critically. Why would somebody spread this lie? Why would somebody want to lie to you? A lot of people don't lie to you, but they embellish a lot. And that's another one where it's like, well, okay, what was the severity? What was the degree of, did they call me a jerk? Did they call me something worse and my friends sugarcoated it? Did they call me something less and my friends embellished it? It's just one of those things you got to take, but don't just immediately go, oh, don't write that person who said the thing off so quickly. Like, do your detective work. Remember that there's two sides to every story. The other point that I wanted to talk about was, oh crap, let me see if I can remember it. The meme was, it even happened today. I was so stuck on that one that I forgot what it was. Oh man, I should have jotted it down. But that one was interesting too. Oh, it was, do you know that people would not help you or not push forward because they're too worried about what they will lose rather than what they will gain? And I thought that was an interesting post because that's what I've been dealing with my nonprofit and trying to get help from people is I've had a few encounters where people are too worried about the change that would happen in their life. What kind of thing is going to ruin my routine, but they don't see what positive things could come from it. I guess another example that's relatable for everyone is the COVID. Everyone's kind of going, oh my God, this broke up everything that I wanted to do. This broke up my routine. But no one ever takes it as kind of a positive of like, well, what can we learn from this experiment? Or not even experiment, but this pandemic. What what can we learn? What can we take away from this? It was fun for me because a lot of hypotheses that I've created in my head for fun about the human condition is uh, you learn that there's a lot of things that aren't that important. You learn that these concerts and sports games and theme parks are just not that necessary in the grand scheme of life, because when you're dealing with the pandemic and death, you realize, oh, I don't need to see this theme park every once a month. I don't need to spend hundreds of dollars to go to a sports game. I can find entertainment with my family, going to a park and playing baseball ourselves, or riding on the shoulders of dad and pretending to be a roller coaster. There's a lot more fulfillment with it, but people don't see that. Another example is I had a neighbor when I talked solar with him. He's like, well, solar, I don't like solar. They're just, they don't work that well. Back when I was talking about it in the 80s, and my eyes kind of like lit up, and I'm like, well, that was the 80s, buddy. 20, 30, 30 plus years. A lot of the solar everything has upgraded. All technology is a little bit better. So I thought that was kind of an interesting comment, but he was just so hung up on the past and probably hung up on what he was going to lose. If I go solar, what thing am I going to be uncomfortable about before I get used to it and then move on with my life? And that's what people fear, is the uncomfortableness. I'm afraid I'm going to lose this or that. But they really don't see, well, it's not about losing this, it's about gaining this. And the only reason why it hit light for me is because I'm the same way. I like to hold on to the past, and we all kind of want that forever, because it's like, my year was the best, my generation was the best, and then the previous generation was like, no, mine was, and it goes on and on. But the only, what is it, the expression, the only constant change, or the only thing that, I am blanking today. The only thing that doesn't change is change, something like that. I totally butchered it. My apologies. But the idea is that change is the only constant. Something like that. Change is the only thing that doesn't ever change. No, change is the only thing that changes. Nothing is I don't know. It's searchable. I apologize. I'm going to make this video quick because I'm totally butchering and brain farting and everything. I've been very busy with tasks that I haven't really been able to make a very fun, interesting video, but I still wanted to dabble in these two things because it's just very interesting that they've hit home for me with my projects. It's like I reach out to people and they don't want to help or something because it might inconvenience them, and then obviously I meet people that totally want to help because they see the vision, the positive change with it. And then I'm sure that the people I've reached out to hate me, some of them, because of probably things they've heard in the past, and I'm not one to, I can't defend myself because they don't want to take the time. They just want to be like, I want to hate you and kind of be close to you, keep your friends close, your enemies closer, so that I can hate you from close by and be like, I don't know. But not saying that that's all that happens in someone's life, but it's definitely little teaspoons of something that could possibly be going on in someone's life. Is that obviously we have frenemies, and then obviously we got people that can't envision something outside of their world. So yeah, I think that's about it. Hope that all is kind of clear and makes you think about how to live your life. Don't live your life off of going off of the grapevine and hearing the rumors and all that. And then don't be afraid of change, and don't be afraid of asking questions about someone's vision or your own vision, and say to yourself, well, what better things can come from this? Because change is inevitable, and I've had to learn to accept it. So yeah, anyway.